Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil and I just got done watching Black Widow on Disney Plus. I'm so glad I got a chance to see it as soon as it came out. And now I'm talking about it. This is going to be a spoil-free review. I don't do spoilers. You guys know me. I try to avoid spoilers as much as I can. Even though I talked about Black Order in Infinity War, I guess that really isn't a spoil. I mean, people kind of knew they were going to be in the movie, so yeah. It's not like I said, oh, Red Skull's in the movie or anything like that. That would have been a spoil. But obviously, I did not say that. So you're safe with me. If you see my One Piece reviews, also I don't do spoilers unless it's an in-depth review. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about this movie. And yeah, guys, I was actually surprised by this movie. Obviously, I did not see it in theaters. And plus, there's a bit of a, crazy situation going on in uh, the world, not just where I am, but in the world in general. So it's hard for I know people to go back to the theaters. But if you do see this movie in theaters, tell me how was it like, the theatrical experience for this movie for Black Widow. But anyway, now we get on to the pre-rating score. And to start off with for my pre-rating score, I'm going to say that Black Widow is actually a great movie, guys. I'm sorry, but I actually really enjoyed this movie. It's not one of Marvel's best. Like, I put it on my ranking, it's like number 13. And that's saying a lot. Like, it just ever so slightly misses the top 10, but still, it's a great movie. I, however, have seen better MCU movies from Marvel. I know they can do it, but this was not, sadly, one of my top 10 favorites. So I can't say it's one of Marvel's best, but it's still really, really good. And the story of this movie, without spoiling too much, is about Black Widow. Obviously, we get to see her when she's younger. Her sister, that's not a spoiler, that was in the trailer, so don't worry about that. Played by Florence Pugh, and she's great in the movie, and I'll talk about that too when it comes to the positives. But I have to say that the story is pretty much, we see that Black Widow came from this crazy place when she was a child, kind of brainwashed, controlled by these people in the Red Room. Ray Winstone's character, who's known as Dreykov, and he's like this evil man that, kind of controls these guys. And, Rachel Weisz's character was a former Black Widow, and she kind of takes care of Natasha and Florence Pugh's character. And David Harbour's kind of like a father figure to them. So yeah, and he's Ray Guardian in the movie, and he's awesome, by the way. And yeah, Taskmaster's out to get them. Stuff happens. It's a Marvel movie. You know that some crazy shenanigans are going to happen. And that's really all I want to say without spoiling too much. I just want you guys to go in and have fun. You guys know this by now. If you see my other reviews, that's what I genuinely tend to say. So yeah, now let's talk about the positives of this movie, because boy, are there some things that really stood out to me that I really liked. One of them was the action. Now, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, the action at times was not the best, but it was still really good at times. I thought the third act was really exciting, and even parts of the second act too. The first act, we'll talk about that when we get to the negatives part of this review, but I thought overall the action was really, really good. And yes, it's not like crazy Winter Soldier hand-to-hand combat, and it's not like Infinity War and Endgame, but it's still really, really good. Another thing was the acting. The acting in this movie was surprisingly really damn good. All four of the major characters and actors and actresses, Scarlett Johansson, Florence Pugh, Rachel Weisz, David Harbour, they all killed it. Ray Winstone actually did a good job. Taskmaster, I won't tell you who plays Taskmaster in case you don't know, but I thought they did a really good job in the movie, even though it was like, obviously hidden under the mask and all that, but it was awesome. And also, I should say, there is an end credit scene, so yeah. And I won't say what it is, but there is an end credit scene. I mean, it's Marvel. The only time they didn't do that was Endgame, but still, there's an end credit scene, so keep your eyes out open. And it's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually really cool. So yeah. But now, I have to talk about one more thing when it comes to the positives, and it's emotional. Yes, this is an emotional Marvel movie, guys. I was surprised of how emotional it got. I didn't like cry, anything like that, but I felt for these characters that were on screen, and the acting really supported that. Like Florence Pugh, when she's breaking down, you really feel for her. David Harbour and all that, and he's awesome in the movie. Like I said, the performances are all great. Yeah, so it's surprisingly emotional when it comes to like the family drama and stuff of it, and that's why I think people are saying that it's the best part of this movie. I would say, like, John Campbell made a title in one of his videos when talking about Black Widow. I'm assuming it's the review. I'm guessing. I mean, what else could it be? And he said like Black Widow works in the ways you don't expect it to, and I guess that's one of the ways. It's an emotional movie. I have to agree there. But now we get onto the negatives, And unfortunately, this is not a perfect movie because one thing that instantly stood out to me is that it is a bit slow. This is a bit of a slow burn, guys, at times. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay. The first act actually takes a bit of time to get used to, but then after that, you're like, oh, okay, I know what's happening now. It's okay. And I can understand where Chris Duckman's coming from. Again, not to copy him, like, it takes a while to actually understand what's really going on. But still, I still really enjoyed this movie. It's still a lot of fun. But another thing is that I needed a little more depth from certain characters. That's another thing that I didn't like about this movie. Certain characters didn't have enough depth or character depth, like David Harbour and Rachel Weisz's character. There was depth to them, yeah, but I wanted more from them, if you know what I mean. It was mainly Florence Pugh and Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, of course. And yeah, I love this movie. It's awesome. It's definitely gonna be one of my favorites of the year because of the grade I'm giving it, and that's an 8 out of 10, guys. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It's again not one of Marvel's best, but it's certainly a film I would recommend and recommend you seeing in theaters. So yeah, next up for review, guys, is probably going to be Space Jam: A New Legacy. Whenever I see that, No Side to Move. Still don't know why I'm seeing that. Jungle Cruise comes out later this month, and The Green Knight. So keep an eye out for all of that and whatever comes my way as well. And Loki's almost done, guys. I'm very excited to see how the finale goes. Tell me in the comments down below how do you feel about that too. And what are your thoughts on Black Widow? How would you rank the MCU up to this point? And yeah, so that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. My name's Akil, otherwise known as the Comic Director, and I'm signing out.